Yo, what's up you guys, it's Yubifier, and today we're going to be testing out the 4-piece Pale Flame. Does it work on Razor? And in theory, it should work. Of course, there are going to be some downsides to it, but let's go ahead and check out, does it actually work on Razor? All the intricate details and everything in this video. Now, before we get into the video, go ahead and make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and please hit that like button as well. That will do me a huge favor. Nonetheless, let's just get right into the video. Now, just in case you guys didn't know, the new set, which is called Pale Flame, gives you a lot of physical damage percentage. So of course, the 2-piece set physical damage is increased to 25%, and the 4-piece, when an elemental skill hits an opponent, the attack is increased by 9% for 7 seconds. This effect can stack up to 2 times and can be triggered once every 0.3 seconds. Once the 2 stacks are reached, the set effect is increased by 100% instead of just being a 25%. So, if you guys didn't catch that, basically this is going to give you almost the exact 2-piece set for a gladiators. For example, if we put a gladiator on Razor, you can see that the 2-piece set, it gives you a bonus of plus 18% attack. But for the 4-piece Pale Flame, when an elemental skill is hit twice, it increases it by 9%. Adding those two up with 2 stacks, that's already 18%. So with this set alone, if you get it stacked up, you are already getting a 2-piece Gladiator Finale's piece. So that already sounds pretty damn insane. If you guys haven't checked out my other video where I compared which one is better, the 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry along with a Gladiator, or the 2-piece Bloodstain and the 2-piece Pale Flame Slet, you should definitely go check that out if you are curious. But like I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to be testing out the 4-piece on Razor. Now, what are we going to be comparing it with? We are going to be comparing the 4-piece Pale Flame set to the 2-set Pale Flame and the 2-set Bloodstained Chivalry. Which one is better? With the weapons going to be the prototype Archaic, as well as we are going to be testing out the Snow Tomb Star Silver along with that too, with each of the sets. And these are going to be the stats with the 2-piece Bloodstain as well as the 2-piece Pale Flame. With the physical damage pretty high up there, 130.8%. And as you can see right here, the critical rate as well as the critical damage is a lot more less than the 2-piece Bloodstain and the 2-piece Pale Flame. It's just because I've been farming the Bloodstain a lot more longer than the new artifact set, so of course I would have better substat artifacts. And for the physical damage bonus, you can see that I only have 105.8. But keep in mind that the 4-piece Pale Flame is not active yet. Now, first things first, we're going to be using the prototype Archaic along with the 2-piece Pale Flame as well as the 2-piece Bloodstained Silvery. So we are going to be testing it on this midi churl because I believe that he has no resistance to physical. And let's go ahead and test this out. The attack was 8009 for the weapon effects. And for a regular attack, it's 5056. Now, moving on to the 4-piece Pale Flame. And the crit is going to be 7214 for the weapon effect, with the crit being 4554 for the normal attack. Now, as you guys can see, that the damage for the 4-piece Pale Flame set is much more weaker initially without the extra physical damage DPS. But keep in mind that we have not fully even activated the 4-piece Pale Flame set yet. We still have to use our elemental skill in order to get much more damage out of the 4-piece Pale Flame set. Now, the only problem comes with Razor's Constellation. If we go ahead and take a look at my Razor with his Constellation 4, with his E skill, the opponents will have their defense decreased by 15%, and that is kind of a game changer. That means that the numbers on the normal attack for the 2-piece Bloodstain as well as the 2-piece Pale Flame set is going to be much more different. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and test it out with, of course, the prototype Archaic and the 2-piece Bloodstain as well as the 2-piece Pale Flame. With a crit being 5,713 now, the crit for the weapon effect is now 9,053 instead. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-piece Pale Flame. Alright, I should now have my physical damage pretty damn high. As you can see, it's already at 130%. And the crit is 6164. Just to make things a little bit more easier, I am going to increase my critical rate just because I am not hitting any crit damage with the 4-piece Pale Flame set, just because my critical rate is actually dog shit. So yeah, I'm just gonna eat it just so I can show you guys what the critical damage is going to be. 9,764 for the weapon crit on the weapon effect. So as you guys see right here, even with the Pale Flame set 2-piece and the 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry, let's go ahead and take a look at the physical damage. The physical damage bonus is 130.8. But let's go ahead and quickly swap over to the 4-piece Pale Flame set. And as you guys can see, that with my 4-piece Pale Flame set on, you can just see that my physical damage bonus is actually a lot more lower. But when I activate the 4-piece, of course I just fucking miss for some reason. Now you can see that my physical damage bonus is a lot more higher and basically to the same of the 2-piece Bloodstain and the 2-piece Pale Flame set. Now let's go ahead and switch over to the Snow Tomb Star Silver. Now I'm pretty sure that I don't need to make a repeat of with the 4-piece Pale Flame off and on, because with the 2-piece Bloodstained Silvery as well as the 2-piece Pale Flame, of course that is going to do a lot more damage than the 4-piece Pale Flame when it is not fully activated. So with the Snow Tomb Star Silver, we're going to be having the 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry and the 2-piece Pale Flame with my E damage. A crit is 5,836. And for a drop, it's 3,081. Now, of course, swapping to the other side. The crit for the basic attack is 6,359, while the icicle drop was 3,357. So as you guys can see, it seems like the 4-piece Pale Flame set is actually really good with Razor. Honestly, it kind of fits his set. But of course, there is some downsides to using the 4-piece Pale Flame. One of them is that, one, you're initially not as strong as you are while using the 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry and the 2-piece Pale Flame set. Of course, using those two sets together makes it that your initial start is definitely going to be a lot more better. But in the long run, the 4-piece Pale Flame set is obviously going to be better, but you also have to take into account that you lose these stacks very quickly. You always have to be almost on the field with Razor at all times. Even if you switch out to another character, you are going to lose those stacks, which means that you are going to have to rebuild them again even when you swap out. Another thing is that with Razor's cooldown with his E, you have a very short time of window to actually get another stack. So you have to be constantly pressing your E, meaning that even if you're in the middle of your combo while attacking, you have to press E or else you are going to lose that stack. Another bad thing about having the 4-piece Pale Flame set on him is that you can get interrupted very easily. So if you get interrupted while doing your E, that means you can easily lose a stack, meaning that you lose your damage once again. And of course, if you're swapping out to, let's say, Xinyan or Zhongli to get a shield on your Razor, then that's going to take up even more time, meaning you're going to have to once again build up your stacks to try to maximize the 4-piece Pale Flame set. Compared to the 2-piece sets, you don't even have to worry about pressing his E or anything of that sort. Now, here comes the main question. Which set is better on Razor? Now, this really depends on your kind of playstyle. If you're using Razor as a main DPS, then I really recommend the 4-piece Pale Flame set, because you are going to be maximizing Razor's full damage and full potential. You have to be on the field at all times. If you're using him as a sub DPS and you swap to him like from here time to time, then I really recommend the 2-piece Bloodstain and the 2-piece Pale Flame set. Well, anyways guys, I really hope this helped you into choosing which set you should probably put on Razor. And of course, if you guys have any questions, make sure to go comment down below. I will make sure to try to answer each and every single one. But before we end the video, if you guys could hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification too, that will do me a huge favor. Anyways guys, it's been Yubifier, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!